Violence erupted in Amsterdam this weekend when what started as a soccer match between Maccabi Tel Aviv and Ajax devolved into violent chaos across the city. Headlines poured in about anti-Semitic attacks in Amsterdam, but these stories largely overlooked on-camera, blatant anti-Arab racism from Maccabi supporters well beforehand. And yet it was barely a footnote in the coverage. Despite the fact that footage showed Maccabi supporters chanting racist and genocidal slogans like "Death to the Arabs" and "Let the IDF win," they were seen throwing stones and planks of wood at police after the match. Dutch officials also confirmed that fans attacked a taxi driver and burned a Palestinian flag. Sky News in the UK posted a video detailing these attacks, noting that Maccabi fans are, quote, notorious for their racism and physical violence. However, that video was quickly deleted, and the network stated that the original version failed to meet their standards for balance and impartiality, whatever that means. Footage taken by Dutch photographer Annette de Graaf was used in both versions of the Sky video, showing Maccabi fans attacking a Dutch resident. Media outlets like CNN, the BBC, the New York Times also used or misused the very same video, twisting the narrative to suggest that Maccabi fans were the ones being attacked. We saw headlines about pogroms and world leaders denouncing anti-Semitism in Amsterdam, as if these hooligans were just minding their own business, as if this was an attack not on Israeli soccer hooligans, but on all Dutch Jews. It wasn't. De Graaf has called on media outlets to apologize, stating that journalism is about finding truth, not about making money on a twist of the script. And I couldn't have said it better myself. Look, no one is disputing that there were also reports of anti-Semitism, of a person, for example, calling for a Jew hunt, which is outrageous and should be condemned. All violence on all sides should be condemned. But the media's one-sided coverage, painting Maccabi fans, these well-known racist soccer hooligans chanting genocidal and anti-Arab slogans, painting them as the innocent victims, has once again proven that our media and our political class deem the suffering of Israelis to be more important than the suffering of Arabs. The attacks in Amsterdam didn't occur in a vacuum. And this erasure of responsibility, this coddling of the Israeli far right, this misuse of words like anti-Semitism and pogrom, and this blatant media bias make the racist violence we saw in Amsterdam more likely, not less likely, to happen again. Joining me now is Annette Degraph, who captured the events in Amsterdam. She's a renowned iPhone photographer who's even photographed Tim Cook. Annette, thank you so much for joining me on Mehdi Unfiltered. You were on the streets of Amsterdam as this chaos took place. Can you tell us what you saw and how the events unfolded?
Yes, of course. I was there already at 6 o'clock before the game. And that was, well, after some incidents, Dam Square. And it was pretty quiet. So the police guided the supporters to the central station. And afterwards, I was thinking like, okay, let's go back at 11. So 11:15, I was there waiting. And two groups of supporters came, one directly from Central Station, where they also left for the game. And the other group was approaching me on the right side. And there, you know, I tensed, how do you say, some sort of aggression. They were definitely up to something. So I thought like, better watch out. What are they doing, you know? And then they went straight to Dam Square. And when they were at Dammerak, that's the street between Central Station and Dam Square, they lit heavily fireworks. And it was a group of maybe like 50 people. And
These are Maccabi
they
fans.
ran away and they gathered in front of the Victoria Hotel.
And these are Maccabi fans you're referring to?
Yes, Maccabi supporters.
So in your view, these people were behaving violently. They weren't just minding their own business, innocent?
No, not at all.
What was your reaction to seeing outlets like CNN, the New York Times and others using your footage of what happened, but twisting it to make it look like the Maccabi fans were the victims?
I was really surprised. I was following the group to the whole route. I was there for 2 hours. When I came back, yeah, it was like a war on Twitter, let's say X, and people framed my work, and of course, that's terrible because they told the opposite of what happened in that footage.
A mainstream leading journalist told the opposite of what happened, in your word. Sky News in the UK has been accused of misrepresenting your footage as well. At first saying it showed Maccabi fans attacking locals.
Maccabi fans were seen attacking locals as a police car can be seen driving by.
And then switching it around and just saying a large group of hooded men striking people at random.
A video posted on social media shows a large group of hooded men dressed in black running down the street and striking people at random.
What do you make of that? And was your footage misused by Sky and others?
Yes. So they invite me to a live show on Friday night. That was 9:30. And I really had the feeling that I was in a live show. Later on, I asked Sky News, can I have a link to the episode? And they said, oh yeah, we find it. I never received the link to the live show. Then I heard in some sort of clip, that was my voiceover. And the second clip, that was a clip of Alice Porter, they changed the whole narrative again. So yeah, I was really flabbergasted.
You've received one apology so far from a news organization that misused your footage. Have any other networks taken accountability? Do you think they will? Do you think this will improve reporting practices going forward?
Yes, the first apology I received was from Tagesschau. And that seemed really cool because first they did a revision, a rectification, and then they also said apologies in a broadcast. So that was cool. But yeah, from the other platforms like BBC News and Sky News, I didn't receive any, you know. So that is really frustrating.
When you see the President of the United States putting out a tweet talking about the victims of anti-Semitism in Amsterdam, and there was anti-Semitism, I'm sure, from some of the people. There's been reports of people talking about Jew hunt and others. No one's questioning that. But the idea that the President of the United States is tweeting about a group of people who he makes sound like they were just minding their own business and they were attacked for being Jewish. You're saying that you are an eyewitness who took footage on your phone of these people attacking an Arab taxi driver, attacking a Palestinian flag, attacking locals. Just to be clear, that's what you saw.
Yeah. It's shocking. It's really shocking. It's unbelievable. I really think it's very dangerous also for our city, you know. We have a city with a large history, and I think the game. I think they didn't have to invite the supporters to our city. I think that's a mistake.
Yeah, these Maccabi fans have a history of saying racist things and doing outrageous things like they did at the weekend. You haven't only faced a misrepresentation of your work, but according to what I saw on social media, you've also dealt with character assassination, people attacking you personally. Is that what's been happening since the weekend?
Yeah, especially the Dutch media, the Dutch right-wing media. They are after me right now, and well, I'm not scared. Not really, because yes, I have the truth of my footage, and that's the only thing, you know.
Why are they after you, Annette? Why do you think they're after you?
Because the truth is inconvenient.
They want it to be about Arab Muslim mobs attacking innocent Jews when it was actually Israeli football hooligans and people violently responding to violent football hooligans.
Well, let me be clear. I can't say things about other incidents because I was not there. I was not witnessing that, and it's bad. You know what happened in all over is bad, but the chaos, of course, existed only by the presence of the Israeli hooligans.
Former Israeli Prime Minister Naftali Bennett and the mayor of Amsterdam, among many others, have likened the violence at the weekend in Amsterdam to a pogrom against the Jewish people. Was what you filmed a pogrom?
No, not at all. Not at all. It's even so that the Amsterdam locals, the Amsterdam youngsters, who were provocative, of course, they were present.
Yeah.
I saw only one Palestinian flag. So, of course, there was provocation from one hand to the other, but I haven't seen a flag in that whole 2 hours I was there. But what I also witnessed was I got messages in my direct message afterwards from neighbors who lived there and definitely knew that it were Israeli and hooligans banging on the doors and shouting, and they were very scared. I think that's a shame for my city.
Last question, Annette. What do you think happens to people's faith in the media when you're saying that you saw one thing, you photographed and filmed one thing, and some of the world's biggest media organizations told their viewers and listeners the exact opposite?
It's going on for years, so I'm not surprised. But it's definitely different when it's your own footage. You know, I consume sometimes fake news, but yes, I do your own research, you know. But when you are the witness of your own footage and they put it in a totally different perspective, yeah, that's very dangerous. And of course, I have the responsibility as a world citizen to do something about it.
Well, Annette, we appreciate you exercising that responsibility and speaking out and correcting all of these major media organizations on your own and facing these threats from the Dutch far right. Please do stay safe. Thank you for filming what you filmed, and thank you for coming on Mehdi Unfiltered today.
You're welcome.
Did you like this video? Don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel and turn on notifications. For exclusive content and to support our independent, unfiltered journalism, head over to Zeteo.com. Your support matters.